In last week's episode of my solo road trip across New Zealand, I drove from the South Pacific Ocean through to the Tasman Sea, travelling from the east to the west coast via Arthur's Pass, and went on a myriad of different adventures, including hiking, caving, and visiting some of the most beautiful waterfalls in the country. In this week's episode, I make my way down the west coast, starting in Greymouth and finishing in Wanaka, stopping at a variety of beautiful lakes, glaciers, and waterfalls along the way. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so we're just basically stopping at loads of lakes today. That's like the extent of the interesting stuff. It's just lake, 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 glacier, glacier, lake, lake, lake. So our first stop is Lake Matheson, I think, and then more lakes, and more lakes. A very nice lake, yes. Not that amazing. Many other lakes I've seen are comparable to this, but I'm glad I came. It's still beautiful. My Instagram is going to suffer now. What am I supposed to do? I can't take a photo on the wharf. I don't have anything for my Instagram. Because honestly, I feel like I could go around that, but also I feel like there's a decent chance of me falling in the water, and if there is a big barrier, there's probably a big barrier there for a reason, and I just don't feel like getting wet today because it's sunny for once. So hey, you can see the mountains, that's nice. We're at Lake Ianthe, lake number 2. I think this one's boring. Nice toilets though. So that one was boring. So now I'm driving through to the glaciers. Yeah, that's it. So, up there's the glacier. It is not that big anymore, and it's thoroughly unexciting because it's just receding. So, I don't know, you meant to be able to walk up, but I don't see how, so I don't know, go find somewhere else. That's what it's supposed to look like down there, but it definitely doesn't look like that. It looks a little like the 2100 one actually. That's kind of sad, but When I was 10 years old, my parents took me on a road trip around the South Island, and at the time, we did go visit Franz Joseph and Fox Glaciers. However, as you may be able to tell, there is a massive difference between these two photos. exceedingly disappointing. 3 kilometers from the glacier. 3 kilometers from the glacier. You can't even see anything anymore. I came here like when I was 10, so a bit over a decade ago. Walked right up to the bottom of the glacier, no problem. But now you can't even get within 3 kilometers of it. So we're gonna try Fox Glacier instead, and hopefully I'll actually be able to see that one. This is supposed to be called Reflection Island because the lake reflects. The lake no reflect. Another lie by New Zealand tourism about this country. Decided that maybe it's called Reflection Island because you like contemplate stuff. Contemplation Island. Reflection Island. On the whole, not that impressed again. Gonna put my camera away. Nice lake, but seen far better lakes in my life. So gonna go to Fox. Hello. There is some nasty looking weather headed. We'll get there. So, this is the view. That's the glacier up there. And once again I'm exceedingly disappointed and annoyed that I walked all the way here for that. There's just cloud and then there's things blocking it. Why do I even bother at this point? Here you are, Mum. Here's my photo of the glacier. Let's compare it to the one from 10 years ago. Honestly, this is like the best viewpoint you have of the glacier. This is really unimpressive. There is like a cool waterfall over there though, somewhere. And even though, once again, I was very disappointed there, the walk there is what I always imagine New Zealand to be like. Lush green, lots of ferns, everything covered in moss, and a quiet, airy air which makes you feel like you're about to be murdered. I'm going to be honest and say that even though I've been solo travelling in other countries, walking through the bush in New Zealand by myself is always the place I feel the most scared. Maybe I've just heard about too many of the murders that have happened in the bush in this country. Part of me kind of feels like New Zealand never wanted humans to be here and it just wanted to remain an unpopulated landmass. I don't know. I feel like if there were forest spirits in the world, they would definitely be in New Zealand. Maybe it's just my imagination, but the thing up there looks like something from an H.P. Lovecraft novel. I don't know how to describe it, but it does. It just does. If you haven't read H.P. Lovecraft, you should. There's a rainbow! Rainbow! Up there! Up there, you can't see my hand, it's up there! 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 Wow, so pretty! We are back at the bridge, so I'm just driving tonight. That's it. I'm hungry, but gotta find a campsite. I think I might need to pull over and have a look at this one. Gorgeous. We are making our way through to Lake Matheson and then probably staying there for the night unless it gives me real bad vibes. Because if a place gives me really bad vibes, I won't stay there, like if I feel something's off. So hopefully Lake Matheson is good, but we'll see. Almost there. This morning's situation. Rain. R-A-I-N. Bad weather, so who knows what we're gonna do. We drive, we see what happens. I wanted to do Brewster Hut and go around to the Glacier, but there's an avalanche warning for considerable, which is 3 out of 4, which is basically the next one down from dangerous, which is high, number 4. So not sure how that's gonna go, but we'll see. And yeah, we're just driving and stopping at some waterfalls probably, which should be pumping because the weather's good for that, at least. This here is Wilson's Creek Chasm, but right now it's been raining too much and the river's high, so I actually can't access it, unfortunately. You know, like I could try, but it would be at great danger and risk to myself, and I'd probably get very wet, and I don't feel like doing that today. So unfortunately this one is a hit and miss. Blue Pools isn't very blue today because it's been raining lots, and yeah, I'm going because it's wet and cold. I made it through to my camping spot for the night, Kids Bush Reserve campsite at the northern end of Lake Hawea. I stayed here rather than going into Wanaka as I wanted to walk Ismith Peak the next morning. We've made it to the beautiful Lake Hawea, and I'm hiking up that big hill there tomorrow. It's one of, I think it's that one. No, that one. It's that one. I'm walking up that one tomorrow. It's called Ismith Peak. It's kind of very similar to Roy's Peak, but it's not crowded like Roy's Peak will be, and so I figure it should be nice because it's actually between the two lakes as well. It's not like looking up like Roy's Peak is. So I'm quite excited to do that. At least it's not raining here, which I'm very happy about, although it is a little bit chilly, but I'm just going to have some dinner and enjoy the evening and make myself a cup of tea. Sounds good.
Tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I think of you. Every song I sing for you. I come back, I'll bring your wedding.
In next week's episode, I walk up New Zealand's most famous peak, Roy's Peak, but not only that, I also do Ismouth Peak in the morning because, well, maybe I'm a bit stupid and I think that doing 2 hikes in one day is sensible, especially if they total to over 30k with 2,000 meters of climb, and you're very tired at the end of it. But ignoring that, I have some camera malfunctions, and just walk up mountains. So I look forward to catching up with you on next week's episode. Thank you for watching. Toodaloo.